Okay, so this afternoon I thought I wanted to show you my IC735 lineup, and there you go. There's the power supply, a big blank spot, and the AT150 matching antenna tuner. And because I was stupid, I sold the IC735 that used to sit in the middle, and this was on one of my days that I've got to really think, what was I thinking? So I put an advert out, and thank goodness Tanya up in Queensland took pity on me, and we have down here a box, and it has, if we're really lucky, foam in it, but it has an IC55 mounting bracket. Tanya, didn't know I had that, to be honest. There you go. It's even got the bracket. Jeez. Anyway, what will be inside there? Geez, you don't see, I've got to be honest, you don't see these brackets in the box very often. Here we go. Oh, well, that's because, oh no, it has, no, don't, I'm not, no, I'm wrong. Look at that. It has got the original mounting bracket. You're joking. I mean, don't get me wrong, you don't sort of get into your Commodore or your Ford these days and find spaces to mount an IC735 to it easily, but having it, oh, that's pretty good. Oh, I like that. That's just amazing. All right, so big thank you to Tanya. Appreciate that. And we'll have the radio that has got to go in the middle in a split second. We'll pull it out of the foam. Okay, so this is the picture that looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Putting a radio in between it does sort of make the full station. So that's it. That's the IC735 with the AT150 and the PS55 tuner. And it always made such a nice lineup. It really did. Just to have that all kind of sitting next to each other. And finally, we've got a radio to go back with the bits and pieces. I'm trying to remember. I'll have to have a look in the book, actually. Let's see if they had a extension speaker, because I might even have one out in the shed, certainly out in the barn. Okay, so just looking at the booklet, the SP7, I reckon we've got one of those sitting out in the American barn. That was the, as I say, the same height as the IC735. The SP3, I've got plenty of those, but they're not really a matching speaker as such. But certainly the SP7, I'll have to go out and have a look, see if we've got one sitting there. And obviously, you know, you had a few filters and bits that you could put in there, tone modules, etc. So, thank you, Tanya, for the manual as well, because they come in handy, that is for sure. All right, so let's just have a little bit of a look. One of the nice features is when you go into megahertz. At the moment, as I change bands, what is it doing? The tuner's following it nicely. So the cable that goes in there, and actually I'll just go into ham bands only, just so it just goes, that's better. And then basically that'll just keep toggling through relay switch automatically to the correct band. And you also can hook up and designate which antenna. So say you've got a dipole sitting on 3.5 and 7 megs, but you've got a tri-bander from 14 to 28 megs, you can set that up on the 3 antenna ports. Now, there's actually 4 antenna ports. People forget about the long wire port, and that actually has a manual switch for the wire port there, which goes in there, switches the relay in. So, you know, it's for the age. These were really quite a nice. It was a nice way to get a sleek looking radio set up that it wasn't, you know, overly too expensive in the day. And you know, over the years I've seen various power supplies that have been put with these. The PS55 always looks the best. It's just that line through there, the way they've kept that line right through there with the power supply through to the antenna tuner. Hence why I want to rush out at some stage today and have a bit of a look at, don't mind the levels too, I've got a bit of carpet underneath here and it's not quite levelling out like I'd like it to. I could probably fix that actually. I'll just have a look at what I might be able to do. But yeah, I wouldn't mind just seeing if we've got the speaker sitting out there. I actually do think we have. Don't mind a bit of the foam in there. That's it's one of the dreaded things of this workshop at the moment. Every time I unpack a box there's foam, but that's just part of it. But look, you know, really, really nice looking setup. Let's see how it works. Okay, just to show you, this is on the AT150 tuner. This is how they had a fairly smart system, actually. Not everybody liked it. Some people, like the previous owner of this here, left all the stuff in antenna 1, and that's fine too. But you're sort of losing the ability to use the other 2 antenna ports. The wire you can always manually switch from the front there, so that's fine. But of course, what you would do is if, like at the moment on 7 megs, we're sitting right there, we're on antenna 1, but if we wanted to, we could put that onto 2. You can hear the relay clicking in and out. And so it will, as it automatically switches, for each band you can either set 1, 2 or 3 as your antenna that is preset. So it's a handy little way. I mean, not everyone's cup of tea, but you know, if you do have dedicated antennas to dedicated bands, certainly, you know, this can be a, you know, handy thing to use. Righto, so just an example with a 10-meter antenna that's is not awfully, you know, sort of too far off the band anyway. But the deal was that you left it in tune mode, and all you did was you hit on an FM carrier like so. Now that's already tuned, so let's bring it up the band a bit to say 29.5 or somewhere around there. So we know that that's going to want to change its tuning. So once again in FM, generally about 10 watts of power, so your RF power control, you can turn that right down. Right up says no need to run it right up, just, you know, run it in fairly low power, and then just hit the FM, and look at that, it's tuned it already. And then we can quite seriously go back to full level output there without a problem. So it's a fairly effective tuning solution for anything that you want to do. One of the things that they're probably not completely able to tune like my, say, PowerStar HF Auto that will tune a Codanger, you know, or but if we go FM 7.1 and we just have a bit of a quick look here, and we'll just turn that power down like I suggested, and do as I say, not as I do. Righto, take that power down a bit. Now that's trying to tune that there, and it's having a bit of trouble. I can see the wait time is just going a little bit too long, and I'm probably a little bit asking it to do a little bit too much on a 10-meter antenna at the moment. And you will find that they're a nice touch-up tuner, probably not a tuner that you can effectively you know, take a random length wire onto any band. Although if I was on a wire, we might just try that actually. I might just go plug a wire in. Let's just see what the difference is. I've got a random wire up that I can plug into this room. Won't be a sec. Okay, so we're jumping into a wire here, and the first thing you notice is the noise levels come up, so we know that we've got something that's a little bit more substantial. We'll just go VK3 Charlie mic testing, because we are on an antenna. And let's just have a look. We were in the tune mode then, so let's just see. We'll come in and out of tune, and we'll see if we can tune that. Bang, and that's tuned it. Now that's probably because we made, I'll just go up a little bit higher, make sure there's nobody on the frequency there. I'll just turn that volume up. Now we're sounding pretty quiet, so we'll have a look at to see how that goes to tune it. Bang. Yeah, so look, with a random length wire, tuning reasonably well actually, right across the 40-meter band. Let's go into sideband, see what we can hear off this bit of wire. Okay, so there's a contest on, not sure which one to be honest, but that's a VK5. I should answer him and see if he can hear me. VK3 Charlie Mike. Sorry, a bit more power then. I was only at 10 watts then. VK3 Charlie Mike. I'm not sure what the contest is this weekend, so very good afternoon anyway.
VK3 Charlie Mike. Contest is the Oceania DX contest.
Oops.
Our local contest, over.
My goodness, that's come around fast. Anyway, look, thanks for that. Look, you're 5'9", and I'm not much use to you for that, but certainly good luck. I hope that goes well. Might have a little listen this afternoon. Gee, that come around fast.
Yeah, I know, right? What happened for the last 6 months? Yeah, my number to you will be 59390. I might log you down as a 001 if that's okay.
Oh, you're very welcome to 59001. I'm not worth a lot of points, but might as well grab it. All the best. Good luck.
Every contact on 40 metres is worth 5 points on this contest, so it's worth it, that's for sure. Anyway, thanks for the contact there, Brenton. Cheers.
73s. Oh, that's great. Now look, that's on a bit of wire. The Oceania DX contest, by the way, was what was said, and geez, it seems like that was only yesterday. Amazing. Might have to set up the other station a bit and have a bit of a listen later today, maybe this afternoon. But you're getting a bit of an idea, you know, just how, you know, a system that's not worth potentially a lot of money can actually service your needs quite well. You know, a lot of people know me that it's more for the collectability of some of the stuff that it doesn't get used, you know, even barely enough. But I've got to say, you know, sort of now and again doing a contact into a contest station like that, you know, working away on the band, that's great. That's especially doing it with an old IC735, and especially since he got us with 10 watts, and as we, you know, brought the power back up, obviously it helped a bit to do a little better. One of the things that's really nice about this model that Tanya sent down, number one, it's, you know, very unmarked. Now, you know, look, Tanya has sent me a lot of radios, and I tend to get some really nice stuff, just beautiful radios. So this is, you know, no exclusion to that. I mean, this is just incredible. And you know, the doors on these things used to always break off. You know, it was just something. But if you can get one where, you know, it's this one's as clean as clean. I'll just wipe off a bit of rubbish there, bit of hair off me, I think. But in this little panel here, you know, there's quite a bit of happening. There's, you know, and the dust cover was a great idea because it did exactly that. It kept the dust off all these little slide controls, stopping them from getting scratchy, etc. So, you know, noise blanket, RF gain, RF power, Vox, mic gain, etc. And, you know, a bit of filter switching as well, just to see. Now, I would doubt that it's got a filter in there for AM, but, oh, maybe it has. I don't know. I'll have to check that. I can't remember now whether they had an AM filter or whether that was just a standard side of it. No CW filter, which is pretty not unusual. I'm not a huge CW fan, as most of you know. But yeah, look, it's quite a nice setup. Your modes were all very easy, just one-touch buttons, etc. And it was AM/FM. There was no option required to do that. They used a bit of a different system over here. The kilohertz, either slow, fast, etc. As you can see, the megahertz became like so. So you could get around, if you wanted to get around the bands faster, you could either have general or ham. So you could go from ham bands up, or 1 megahertz, whoops, or 1 megahertz increments. Geez, I got it the wrong way around. 1 megahertz increments, there we go, I'll get it right one day. But yeah, so pretty much that was the way that they decided to do it on the day. I used to just leave it in ham mode and kilohertz. Geez, I'm doing well here. Megahertz, turn that off. Kilohertz in, that's better. And pretty much you could just run around the band, you know, quite fast and zap onto anybody. But they did have passband tuning and notch filters, all that worked effectively quite well. Memories, I think they were 16, was it? I'm trying to remember now. No, not even that. 12 memories, yeah. Okay, so this was a time when there wasn't a lot of memories in them. Now, I haven't actually checked the memories on this to see if there's any memories in it as yet. If I go memory, okay, all right. So no, there's not, and that's okay. That's, you know, people put their own memories in, and then I just went memory to VFO, which was really silly. So that's not what I wanted to do. And as you can see, every time I'm doing this, the tuner is following me, you know, effectively to where we want to go. So not bad. All right, well, that's just a bit of a brief look at the little 100-watt setup. That, you know, it's a nice one to collect. The PS55 and the AT150. I was too lazy to go out in the barn to see if we had a speaker for it just yet, but I will certainly check that out. I think we do, but every time I say that, I come unstuck. But look, nice condition lineup this for its age. Keeping in mind, you know, it's got to be 30+ years old at least. So, you know, this is really one of Icom's earlier versions of how to get yourself on HF. No 6 meters on this one, so this was distinctly 0 to 30 megs basically, but did have AM/FM, so, you know, it was nice to have that. All right, 73s. This is just a bit of a quick look at the IC735 with its matching AT150. Thank you, Mr. Brendan, and PS55, which is also care of VK3MH Brendan Bryant, and I did have his radio. Sorry, Brendan, I did make a mistake there. I sold that one, and we've had to replace it with another one. But we've reunited the radio with all its correct bits and pieces. 73 is all. Talk to you soon. Cheers.